Merci infiniment.
Thank you. Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity, to me and to Côte d'Ivoire, to explain what we've been doing to combat discrimination, prejudice, and inequalities in our school, so that no one is left behind. Every child has the right to education, and so since 2011, when the president undertook several initiatives in this regard, and I don't think I'm going to go through all of them, but I can at least talk about 4 of them. One of them was to ensure that children who are in Islamic confessional schools become gradually integrated into the formal education sector via through the approved national educational program. And in 2011, for example, there was more than 1 million marginalized children. These were children who were either in Islamic schools, or perhaps they'd been sent there just to learn the religion, but not actually to follow the national curriculum. More than 1 million children. And here we are now in 2022, and gradually we are trying through subsidies, through awareness raising, gradually nudging them to incorporate into the now we've got 39,000 structures that have been brought on board in the national education sector. So more than 300,000 of those million children who are now actually part of the mainstream education sector, and we're getting them more on board. A second initiative that I could mention is ensuring access, equal access to all children. Thanks to partners such as UNICEF, we have been trying to make sure that all children have the wherewithal to get to school. And these... And on top of that, we're making sure that their parents and families have the wherewithal to get to school. And if I can give you some figures about this, this means that last year, 2021, there were more than 900,000 children who were unable to get to school because of a lack of wherewithal. But now the numbers are much greater, and we're much better. We're starting to see a decrease in out-of-school children because of these kinds of initiatives. A third initiative that I could mention is the modular school. It's for getting kids who are aged 9 to 13 years of age integrated into the mainstream school if they haven't been lucky enough to go to school until then. We have these modular training educational sectors, segments that can bring them on. And so we're reaching out to more and more children. About 300 to 400,000 children benefit from this initiative every year. And we're trying to ensure that they can have access to education because it is their right. And a fourth initiative is to authorize and not exclude. In other words, to ensure that education does continue despite illness, or even if there are child mothers who have hitherto been excluded from education, they can be brought on board. Because before, these kids had no chance to go to school. They were excluded. And so now we're trying to make sure that they come on board. And also, in answer to your question, I could say that for last year, 2021, we had 1,000 cases of pregnant girls. And it was 600 316 girls out of those 600 who were able to get into school. So there's a lot to be done in terms of awareness raising first and then making sure. And so if there are pregnancies in the school context, we're trying to say, right, we're going to have a zero tolerance for exclusion of these girls. We want to make sure that these girls do still continue with their education, because it is, as I said, their right. And just wanted to say that the state of Côte d'Ivoire really is doing its utmost to combat marginalization. And we're doing this based on statistical analysis. We are trying to inventory all of the non-formal institutions. We're trying to inventory the HIV orphan children, excluded or marginalized children, children with disabilities, community schools. We're trying to inventory all of this, and through the Islamic schools and through the other educational sectors, to try to make sure that no one is excluded. So statistics is vital. So that's what I can say about exclusion and what we're doing against it. Thank you.